Namo Amida Butsu. Thank you so much for dropping by this video. For anyone who's new, I would invite you to this channel or this topic. I would invite you to my introductory video on this topic. Oh, my Buddha. OMB. It's been a month that I've been doing this. And wow. So for anyone who's been watching the other videos, you'll know that where I am in my process of examining this is, asking myself, is Amitabha the only power that I can entrust myself to? Obviously, the Orthodox Shin Buddhism has a very clear answer, and then I'm doing the Orthodox Shin Buddhist practice of deep listening and coming to clarity for myself on that topic, so that I don't. Yeah, Paul Roberts said it so beautifully. He said, the words of the Buddha aren't enough. The words of Shinrin aren't enough. The words of himself, Paul Roberts, a person of Shinrin, that's not enough. We need to know for ourselves. God bless. God bless. Buddha bless Shin Buddhism for that. Some habits die hard. I've been a theist for the last 6 or 7 years. So, yeah, as I've shared in other videos, I've been taking some time off from focusing on Amida as my higher power and exploring, because that's the place I came to. And the place I've come to over and over is like, is he the one for me to entrust myself to? Um, but it's really interesting, today I felt pulled to go spend some time in Thailand. It's like a second home to me. I did volunteer work there. There's an island there that I love. I've thought of moving to this island many times. So, and of course, as soon as I think about that, I was thinking about, well, it'd be beautiful to practice this path. And maybe when the time is right to teach this path to the Thai people. And I went on a first date tonight, and I didn't notice it, but as I was walking, oops, just bumped my computer. As I was walking out of her place, she has a picture of the Buddha right by her front door. I didn't notice it on the way in. So nothing big, but very intriguing that on the days that I'm sort of taking some time off from focusing on the Buddha Dharma, that the Buddha Dharma shows up internally, or Buddhism shows up internally and externally. So, the one thing I have been really focusing on is the idea of that and this is, it's interesting. This is I believe, a very key part of Shin Buddhism, but it's not, maybe I haven't seen it talked about a lot, and that is that it's inevitable, that for all of us, because of Amitabha Buddha, our salvation is inevitable. And so I've been taking comfort in that, is that, okay, look, if I don't attain Shinjin in this lifetime, that I still will be saved at some point. And I take deep comfort in that. And it's starting to feel very true. It's starting to feel very true that I and everyone will be saved. I'm just not clear what the salvific, I don't know if that's such a word, but the medium of salvation, if that's Amitabha, if it's a team effort. Well, from the Buddhist perspective, it is a team effort. It's Amitabha and all the other Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. But I'm coming to really trust that that's true. And you know, if I ever attain Shinjin and I write a book, I think Paul Roberts talks about three pillars. I think I would have another pillar, and that is that our salvation is inevitable, that it's done. The outcome is done. The how soon it takes, that's where we have some we have we have an ounce of input, in that we can really seek out that other power ourselves. So it's like, again, if I were to write a book, it'd be, the um, the attainment of nirvana and the attainment of Buddhahood is the meaning of life. The recognition that I cannot do it on my own power. The recognition that there is an other power. Um, and then there's that number 4 that I'm a little, that other power is Amitabha Buddha. And then, but I'm coming to this deep clarity about number 5, that it's already been accomplished, and it is inevitable. It's almost more like, um, we can save ourselves a lot of suffering and a lot of cycles through samsara, through entrusting ourselves in this lifetime. Maybe that would be number 3. I don't know. But that's becoming very much a fact for me, that my salvation is assured. Not necessarily my salvation in this lifetime. Doesn't feel settled. That's what I got for tonight. Thank you so much for dropping by. And thank you, everyone, for your beautiful comments, your encouragements, your suggestions. The one other thing I'll say is, one maybe disadvantage, it could be an advantage, that I have on this path, is that, I came to this path from a very broken and down place. And so I'm also, not just am I looking for ultimate salvation, but I'm also looking for salvation in this life, because my life has been on this downhill slope it's hard to say this, but for the last, oh my gosh, 6 3/4 years, it's just been this. So the advantage of that is it gets me humble. The disadvantage of that is, of course, I'm desperate for, um, my desperation. My desire for Buddhahood can get clouded by my desire to have happiness here in this life, or some amount of peace. It's an interesting topic. I'd like to hear other people's feelings on that. I think maybe I'll make another video about that at some point. Thank you so much for dropping by. Namo Amida Butsu.